Our destination?
Our favorite organizational items.
Let's go for a ride.
Welcome to Girls Trip. Today we're taking a little tour sort of through our homes / brains to share with you some of our favorite organizational items from very average organizers.
Yes.
Average.
Yes.
This is the non-expert, non-professional answer to this question, because I'm sure many better things exist, but this is what's really going on in our homes. So this will give you a little bit
It's in our budget.
of insight. Yeah. All right. I feel like I have the most traditional organizer-y things. So I'll start with that.
Yep.
Okay.
Could you hold this for a second? Thank you. So this is something that my mom got me a long time ago now. And it's sort of this case. And it has these very
These little guys.
pleasing, rainbow colors, and has all these different cases.
Very cute.
I think there's four maybe of each color that slot into this convenient carrying case. I don't know if you could see it. There you go. Like that.
Very cute.
And let's see, what does this say? Okay, so technically this is for organizing photos.
Okay.
But who has those anymore? Not me. So I actually don't use this for photos at all, but this has been a really great catch-all to sort of replace a junk drawer. Not to say I don't have junk drawers. That would be a lie. But this is just one less junk drawer. So I will put things one has all sorts of paper clips and, little pins, clothespins and stuff like that. One has a random index card pile that I have. One has those scraps of ribbon that you don't want to part with after you open a gift because you might want to use them again.
You know what Cass would say?
I know.
Trash
bag. I know. Cass not here. I probably have to go through this and purge it. I have whiteboard markers in here. I have one is all thumb drives in there.
Okay,
so
that's a good one. Yeah.
It's just good. I do find myself being I need these random bits and bobs, and I always know where to go to find them.
That's
Where did she
nice,
get
though.
this? I keep this was from Michael's.
Okay.
I imagine Amazon has something
similar.
very similar.
Bins within a bin.
Bins within a bin. But yeah, and it's nice that you can kind of take out a piece. So sometimes I'll be if I have to bring something with me, I don't have to lug this whole thing. I could just take out the one case that I need and then
So good.
Love that.
put it back. I feel like this would be great for certain toy storage, Lego pieces or Barbie pieces. I feel like every single toy that my kids open is and it comes with 38 little pieces that are this big, and you're oh, how fun. So now that I'm actually saying that out loud, I think I might invest in one of these for each of my kids for their toys, because I think this is great. So that's probably the most traditional thing that I have.
Binception to
I'm obsessed with this. I want one.
This is cute.
So I found this, I think it was at Bed Bath & Beyond when it was still a store.
R.I.P.
Yeah. However, they have these at TJ Maxx. They have all different things. I brought this because...
Can you pass this?
Yes, of course. It's taped on the front because when I was transporting it, I didn't want tea to fly out.
So
So you
smart.
can rip that if you want and open it. That
I feel
is...
like I'm a waitress. And today our selection is...
What do we have?
What can I interest you in?
So that
cute.
is a tea bag organizer. And is this my absolute favorite? Close. It may not be it, but I have so many things like that that are very specific kind of niche organizers that I love. And I didn't think that I would love this as much as I do, but growing up, my mom had this
8 spots.
Yeah, there's a lot, and
a lot.
I double up, so it's not all one tea. My mom had a cabinet on the side. It was very thin, and she just stacked all of the tea bags, everything, and we had a lot of tea. And I just remember okay, if I'm trying to find one, moving this box and grabbing that one. And I just don't have that kind of space in my kitchen anyway. And I saw that and I was like, you know what? I want to try that. It was a little bit of a pricier, meaning like it was maybe $15, like something like $13-15 where you're like,
think I'm getting this.
I'm getting it too.
I love this. It's so much easier when guests are over and you're like, would you like a tea? Let me give you the
And
options.
just
Pick out your tea bag.
Break out the
You
shelf.
can use this for other things. It doesn't have to be tea. I also have one that's not quite like that, but it has my essential oils in it. Like, and they have like, here are the floral scents, here are the, winter scents. So it can be used for so many things, but I absolutely love that.
I mean, this is kind of obvious, but
Yeah.
when you put it into your cabinet as well, it's just another shelf for it to put things on top
Exactly.
of. So it's just creating a lot of space.
This one is very in this area that it is in the cabinet. There, nothing goes on top of it. It goes on the side because I want to easily take it in and out. So it's very convenient for when I need to just quickly grab something.
I think it's great. I'm
So
gonna get
you
one.
need
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like we all know that this exists.
Yeah.
we've all
Why don't
seen
we
it,
have it?
Why
but
don't we
we
have
just
it?
haven't done it. And I just had a company over like a month ago, and I had to ask them if they wanted tea, and instead of just being able to pull that out, I'm like pulling a tea bag
Yep.
from every container and like putting it on something to make it look presentable. And I have thought about it so many times. So now this is inspiring me to
Yes.
just do it, so that the next time
yes.
I'm not kicking myself.
Yeah.
Because
I
wouldn't think of that.
I do have one tea box from London. That I will be not throwing
That just
out.
stays
That's
on
gonna
its
keep,
own,
but
and you're like,
but
this
all
is
the
beautiful.
other
That's just a
not
pretty
enough.
one.
Start in there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so mine is not as fun, but we are going with it. So, as you've heard in every single episode this week, I recently moved, and listen, organization's just, it's not a thing when you're trying to move. There's boxes everywhere, there's bags everywhere. However, this was our first home that we bought, so there were some forms of paperwork that were, if I lost those, I may as well have been like, one, I may not be buying a house. Two, don't wonder who killed me. It was my husband. So there were so many things that I needed to keep, so much paperwork that was important. And I do have one of those big accordions that you have, like, that you label like A through D and then E through, and then you keep going all the way down. But that has even gotten to the point where there's so much different things in there. There's like
Yeah.
some insurance information, and then also like like my dog buddy's like rabies vaccinations, things that I don't need, things that I do not need to be pulling out at any given time. So I was like, this accordion file is not going to do it. So I went on Amazon and I found something called the Portfolio, and it's really cool because it has one of these pages that come with it that have like the
Table of
sticker.
contents.
Yeah,
Love
so you
that.
can take these off and write everything down. But then you just take off one of the stickers and put like your passports in,
Okay.
and just really good to have for birth certificates, social security cards, the stuff that literally is kind of like your life.
Yeah.
And this goes in like a drawer. I don't even like that it's not home right now. Like, it's not good. Like, I'm just gonna keep this on me for the rest of the day. Because it has all of like life's important stuff that you will need going forward. All your kids' stuff that you might need going forward that's really important. So yeah, this is talking about organization. I felt ease of mind knowing that the super important stuff for the house, and also like our birth certificates, our passports, all that was in one spot. I knew exactly where it was, and I didn't even have to go through filing this big accordion folder thing. So this was super helpful. I would highly recommend it, and I can't wait to bring it back
Yeah.
home.
And it's very like aesthetic, you know.
Yes,
very simple.
It's
It's
very
very
simple,
simple,
clean.
And I
gross
actually,
looking thing.
there are options out there that are really pretty, but I was like, I don't want to confuse it with like an arts and crafts folder.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
want this to be a professional
Yeah.
adult portfolio. No one's going to touch this. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I love that.
No, that's key. That's key to have. Okay. I have something hanging here.
Slightly
Oh my
more
gosh.
fun.
Yeah,
So this
that is beautiful.
Yeah, it's actually
Two-sided.
double-sided.
Do you need me to hold it while
No, I
you
think
talk?
she need, no. Lauren, can you just push it this way for a second? Okay, stay right there.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you're good.
What
What happened?
I didn't do anything.
I'm not sure if she just stole jewelry for her own
I don't
use,
know either, really.
or if I had something really weird in there and she
All I'm saying
took
is
it out
when
to
you see
show
me
it.
at church tomorrow, I may be wearing something.
That's
You,
adorable.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
So I've had this for a while. It's Ellen Tracy, which that definitely means I got it at like Marshall's or TJ Maxx. I love it so much. I have it hanging on a little hook in my bedroom.
I need one. Yeah.
It has so many pockets, and I have a lot of jewelry, but it's just like ease of access. I was like, I wear jewelry a lot, so it's something that I want to just be able to grab, like running out the door. It also makes it easier to put it away when I take it off. Otherwise, I'm just like leaving it all throughout the house. But it's like I can be walking by, stick it back in.
Yep.
I can see it all. Because I feel like when you're in a jewelry box, it's like you can't see anything. You have to open up every single compartment and drawer. So I like that I can be like, what are all my options? And then I can pick. So I love it. I actually haven't seen one out in a while, but I haven't really been looking. But I'm like, ooh, if this ever starts to deteriorate, I'm gonna really want to.
Yeah.
How is it holding up?
replace it.
How many years have you said you had it?
I have probably it's holding up.
Okay.
Like I've probably had this going on like 8 years or something like that.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, it's holding up very, very
You're not going to
well.
need a new one anytime.
No,
soon.
so I still have some time, but
That's great.
yeah, that has been very nice to keep everything. And then it does actually prompt me, because sometimes for sure, like it's not very organized right now because I've just shoved things, but because I see it every day and it's out, I'll be like, okay, let me take this out. Let me organize it nicely. Let me get rid of something that I'm like, I'm definitely not wearing this anymore. Or like, oh, I'm missing an earring back. I need to replace that, things like that.
I'm really surprised that I haven't seen this in one of my bajillion trips to TJ's and Home Goods and Marshall's these past couple weeks for, looking for a bunch of different home stuff. Never came across anything like that. I think I might need one. This
I
is
have the
budget day. I
stackers
shouldn't
now.
be looking at stuff I need to buy.
Yeah, not really.
No, but
Not
I
the
think
area.
I do, but
Hey, it's cheaper than a jewelry case.
no,
you know?
I think that there is an argument for it being on budget day because I mean, there's been many times where like for Easter or for Christmas, the stuff that you maybe don't wear off, at least for me, because I don't wear big jewelry or colorful jewelry every day. It's more of like big events. So there will be so many times where I'm like, I bought jewelry, like nice jewelry that I could rewear at events, but I can't find it. So I'm
Right,
like,
right.
I might need to get another. Well, oh no, I have to get another one. So knowing that there is a spot where I can see everything is actually an argument for budget, I think, so that I don't go buy more stuff that I don't need.
There's a convenience that I really like about that. I have the stackers now, which I love because it looks aesthetically pleasing
Pretty.
at this moment. Very clean. But it is, the whole top of it has a whole bunch of jewelry on it because I'm just too lazy to put it back where it goes. So there's something to say, I think, about that. I think the biggest thing that I would feel not so sure about is putting like, not that I have a ton of fun quality, jewelry, but like a couple sterling silver things that maybe I don't want the necklace to get like all jumbled up. So I think I would just have to be creative in that. But for earring, like I love that idea, just to like toss it in and not have to go pick up the box and plug them in. So, and even rings, like,
Yeah,
rings.
I have like a small tree that if there's like necklaces that I
I
don't
love
want,
that.
like I have that, but then that can stay sort of like
that's almost
pretty and
Yes. Okay.
aesthetic, and
I love
then
that.
it doesn't have to be huge because then I have this for.
That's really good to train your daughter on too, to have something like that instead of throwing jewelry all over the room.
Actually, that is true. If we do come across one of these, I should buy one for her because she has so many accessories, bracelets,
Some
rings,
clips,
hair clips,
things, some
that I'm
bows.
constantly finding in the most random places. So. Thanks. Yes, I do.
welcome.
I do need
why I'm
another
here.
one
Tips
of those.
here with
Let's
joy.
all be keeping an eye out. Okay. Let us know if you
where you
if
find
you
it.
find
If
one.
you're not a big jewelry person, something like that would be really good for like hair ties, different
Yeah,
sizes,
that's so true.
clips, bobby pins,
Bobby pin.
different,
Oh gosh,
yeah.
bobby pins.
Regular pin. Oh my god,
Nail
I can never
polish.
find a freaking straight pin ever, and I know they're in my house, but or a safety pin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
That could be great.
So versatile.
So are we going
organized.
to
Yeah, I guess so.
Home Goods after this?
Yes, we don't even need to finish this. Let's just
We're done. The one that I have that kind of is like more of a makeup. We'll have a picture for you to see. And I think most people have kind of ventured towards this nowadays. I don't, besides like the bag of makeup, but I have one on my dresser, and it's not makeup only. It's like lotions, brushes are on there. stuff I haven't opened yet that I have maybe another one of. And it has made my whole dresser area look so much better.
Yeah.
And I feel like I haven't, like I've organized it in a way, but I haven't done anything crazy, but it just looks aesthetically more pleasing now.
Yep.
And it's all in one thing. And it's like a couple, like it's almost like the stackers, the jewelry box. It's just a couple things. It's clear. So some people may not like that because you can still see everything. I like it though, because I can see everything.
But then
in it.
actually it's nice that you can, because then you're more daily aware of what you have, what you're running
Yes,
low on.
exactly.
Because there are definitely times where I'm like, I'm out and I'm like, do I need anything? And then I'll just grab something and be like, I have 2 unopened,
Yes.
like at home that I didn't need to spend the money on this right now. Or the opposite. Like I get home and be like, oh my gosh, I'm out of this. And I was just at the store and now I have to go back.
Circling back to the shopping list
Yes.
conversation. Lauren recently saw my new linen closet.
It's gorgeous.
I mean, it is so put together. We'll see how long we can hang on to that feeling for. But the bins, the sheer bin options at a Home Goods or even a Walmart,
Yeah.
honestly, if you're doing like budget, there are so many closet bins that you can have that truly do help keep things together. And then I was able to, because I bought so many, and there's like some that come in packs of like 5 for like
you get a bunch.
$20. I'm like, okay, this is great. And then it's like, oh, I'm doing like all my curly hair products. Oh, I'm doing my my regular different hair products. And then I'm doing like, you can then organize even on another level. And I'm like, this is great.
This is so nice.
I think I might be addicted to bins.
Yeah.
When I moved into this house, I became addicted to bins. And every time I thought I had enough, I would be like, oh my God, I need more. So I now use them everywhere. I have them in my pantry, all my stuff.
what I have,
So my favorite place to buy bins is Target. I feel like they have some really good prices there.
Okay.
And then I have these sort of like bins that are about this big, and they're like such a great size for so many things. So I've lost track of how many I have, but like I have one in my daughter's closet for her shoes. I have several in the linen closet. They're perfect for sheets and towels, and stuff. They're great to like throw toys in to organize and all that. So they're all over my house.
I don't know how we feel about this. The one thing that I would love, I just can't seem to do, is all of the bins for the fridge.
Yes.
I
don't
seen
know.
those. It looks so pretty.
They look
and I'm just
so
like,
beautiful, but I just can't pull the
don't-
trigger on it.
I
I don't know if
know.
it's because, well, to be fair, like if you're looking at, like if you're scrolling Instagram or TikTok and you come across these like organized fridges, there's a lot of the same items,
Yes.
which I don't have.
Yeah.
Right.
The only
I don't have
the only-
25 soda cans.
I only
Yeah.
have 12 eggs.
Yeah.
That's what I have, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
I don't have this. I guess maybe my fridge is not big enough to do something like that too, and we don't like meal prep or anything.
Yes,
So we don't
I think
have,
that would be a more
Yeah, but I do
conducive to
love the
those.
way it looks though. But
It's beautiful, but it is like it's a time commitment.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm not choosing to put the time towards that, even though I think it's really pretty. I'm like, I am barely getting the groceries, throwing them into the fridge and shutting it before I have to move on to something else. So that's like almost a half a day commitment, because
Yeah.
especially, they pull the drawers and it's like all of the fruit washed or all of the salad ingredients ready to pick. And you're like, that's
prep
beautiful,
work.
but the
Yeah.
prep work is
So long.
like crazy.
And that's one of those things where you're doing more prep work and then it's just gone. It's like eating dinner. Like
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, all the lettuce is now gone because we
Right.
just had
Yeah.
a salad. And you're like, what? I
Yeah.
just spent 20 minutes perfectly like washing it and organizing
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't
So it's
last
like,
long enough.
I don't
I
think I
feel
really,
yeah.
like that.
But I'm going to finish my Target. So speaking of Target containers,
cute.
this was like $5 in
Yeah, I
their
love
front section at
duty.
Target. Now, this is not any kind of profound organizational item. This is a basket.
This is a basket.
Okay. However, I do think that being that it's budget day, I have definitely fallen into, like you with the jewelry, situations where I will buy something for a future use, right? Where like you're in Home Goods and you're like, I cannot walk out of here without these plates because they're so
Yes. So cute,
adorable.
yeah.
I will be thinking about these.
Yeah.
So you buy them,
Yeah.
right? But then in, 8 months from now, when you're like, oh, this is the perfect time to use those plates, you're like,
Where are
in
they?
the world did I put
those?
those plates? And I am like the bag lady. I have bags like coming out of my ears. They're just, everything is in bags.
Yep.
Like, because I will like maybe get it out of the car into the house, but then it's just like bags everywhere. And it takes me so long to go through them. So this is one very, very small way that I have tried to make a dent in that so that it doesn't happen, because this is a basket of cards. I love picking out cards, and it is just fiscally responsible to buy your cards at like Home Goods and Marshalls.
Yes.
150 billion thousand %. Like,
Because
You want to buy a $15 card
exactly,
at
like literally $15 at CVS versus
You're
like $2 at
it's
Home
crazy
Goods.
how
really,
expensive
really,
cards can be.
really,
It's
really
crazy.
sad.
But if I don't have them like ahead of time ready, then I am running to CVS on my way to the event, spending $15. So this saves money in the long run, but it won't save me money if I can't find the cards,
that you bought, right?
So I think it's just literally like mentally, I have a designated space for the cards to go. So I don't have to think about every time I come home with a few cards in my bag. I don't have to be like, I'm not overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't know where to put this. I don't know what to do with it. So I don't just throw it in. I always take them out and stick them right in the basket in my office, because I know that there is a designated place. So I think the better I can be about that, to say like, this is a designated space for X, Y, and Z.
Don't put it down.
Don't put it down.
Put it away.
Then I'll put it away. But if you don't have a spot,
You have to have a place to put it
you
away.
have to have a spot. Then it just then it stays in the bags. Then it becomes clutter. Then it's on the counter for 3
point.
weeks. So yeah, not profound, but it is something
Very, very practical.
that has worked and has helped me create that habit and save money by not having to rebuy cards. And I'm like, I know I have this somewhere and I
Really
cannot
good.
find it.
No, I think it's great.
So something super, super simple like
That's
that.
great. Is that all of our very average tips?
I have one. Well,
one more.
This is like, again, we'll have a photo of this. I am very proud of this one kitchen cabinet area, and it has not changed since I've moved in. Like, it has been there for all 5 years. So it basically is, there's like Lazy Susans. I have like 2 of them. And then I have those like tiered, almost like look like risers for vitamins and spices. And then the
I
random,
knew it was going to be about your vitamins. I knew it.
and then the
Sneak it in
Lazy
somehow.
Susans have just like, one of them has more baking and the other one has like honey or like spices that are a little too big, or like, it's like the Costco, black pepper that's gigantic, And I have found that, especially if you have a deep cabinet, I don't like pushing through and reaching for those things. So I can spin it. It's like leaves just a little bit of space. So someone might be like, well, you're not utilizing it the best. But I'm like, oh, I am.
Sure.
But it's just so much easier to grab stuff. And then I have like, the big bottles in the middle of like olive oil or whatever. It looks nice and it serves its purpose. It almost like, if I can't fit something in there, I'm like, okay, I need to take something out.
Yeah.
Because they're like just big enough to have a lot. But if you can easily get loaded too much, and then that's your sign. I need to clean it out.
I need to clean that
Same
out.
thing for like the spices. I'm like, do I need like 35 spices?
Yep.
Maybe, but like, some of them
Right,
are old.
yeah.
So I think I've filled it up, and if I go past that, it's a good reminder for me to like check it out. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's so
I
good.
love the Lazy Susans for anything, because then you're not like pushing through.
digging.
You just
Yeah.
literally spin it.
That's so good.
Spin it around.
I feel like my like overall home organization belief is door space. I have over the door storage almost everywhere, whether it's hooks like just hanging on the door.
So my mom's
something like
Whether
this.
it's like the shoe organizer thing to get things off the floor and put up there. I have seen, which I don't know how I feel about it, but if you don't have a lot of space, I think it could be great. I've seen an over the shoe organizer for like your pantry space. To put things, or
Okay.
like put
Yep, I've seen
like
that.
a junk drawer alternative to put things in there.
We had that growing up.
I think it would just allow me to accumulate more junk in that. So I don't really use that a lot. But I'm always about, how can we utilize that like vertical space? And now Pretty much my whole family has the new thing that I incorporated in this over this last year is hanging shelves in the closet. For my husband, it was just like I needed to do something about all of his like sweats and sweatshirts and stuff like that because they're too bulky. They're not fitting in the drawers. I don't want to hang them, so they get folded in the shelves. And for my kids, I use it so that when I eventually do get around to laundry, I will put together outfits and I'll have like 2 weeks worth of outfits
really nice.
already
So
ready to go,
Great idea.
which is
Great idea.
makes our mornings like 1,000 times
Yeah, those hanging shelves,
easier,
those are great.
faster. And it's like, it's nice because you're literally visually planning out the week. You're like, okay, Monday's outfits,
Yep.
Tuesday's outfits, Wednesday's outfits, and just having that all ready.
That's
Peace of
fantastic.
mind with that too.
So yeah, that kind of stuff you can get literally anywhere, right? You can get that in 2 seconds from Amazon. They're not that expensive. They have every different, size and
color, design even,
and whatever that that you want, but
Not expensive.
not expensive. And those are the things that I think are a small expense that can really transform your habits.
Yeah.
And allow you to like make the most of your morning routines or just like going into it with a little bit more peace, I think.
Just a little
Well, tip.
if you don't have the shelves, and I'll again hopefully have a photo of this. So the tops to all the pots.
Oh,
Where do we store them? Nobody knows. Do they go on top of it? I don't know. Or, they go in a specific drawer. So one day I came home and I opened our, pantry door. And on the door, my husband had hung is not the word. He had made this whole weird, intricate woodworking project where each top could like hook
great.
and hang. So and it's not at all like this perfectly lined. It's all funky shapes. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was just like, this is perfect.
That is great.
And now I don't have to have a whole drawer for it. So if you want to have it like an art project as well, and you don't mind drilling into your door with screws, it was a really fun, cute little design. It's kind of, crazy looking and
I
not
like
your norm.
it.
So you can get really fun with the way you do, all of your organization. But let us know if you have also any other organizational tools, tricks, and tips for us, as we've been saying all this week. And if you liked our video, please like it, subscribe, and remember, don't forget to enjoy the view wherever your ride takes you.